Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever time of the day it is that you're joining us. This is the Tulsa World Scene uh, video slash podcast slash whatever you'd like to call it. I am here with the lovely and talented Grace Wood.
Hello.
And for those of you who are regular viewers, listeners to this, our esteemed colleague Jimmy Trammell is in country. Out in the wild, stalking the elusive Sylvester Stallone, who is in Tulsa this weekend, maybe in through next week, filming scenes for a new show called Tulsa King, where he plays a Sylvester Stallone, not Jimmy Trammell, I guess I should say, plays a gangster recently released from prison who returns to Tulsa to do whatever he is going to do. I don't know that much about it, but he is Mr. Trammell is out stalking the elusive Mr. Stallone. And speaking of elusive things, I have sitting over here to the side of me what might be the culinary equivalent of Bigfoot. I'm not quite sure if this is going to be able to be seen, but this is a packet or a tub of McDonald's Szechuan sauce. Now, Grace, you look like you know about what I'm talking. Do you have any idea?
I actually don't. I was just really surprised that you hold that up.
Imagine my surprise when they showed up at my door. No. In 1998, McDonald's came up with a tie-in for the Disney movie Mulan, which is set in China. And for the Happy Meal that they created to tie in with it, they included for the children that bought the one with the chicken pieces, something unusual that they called Szechuan sauce. There, oh, that looks a lot better. You can read it better there. And apparently, more adults bought that particular Happy Meal than kids did. And when they discontinued it, there apparently was quite the outcry. Maybe about a decade later, an animated show called Rick and Morty. You look like you know that one.
I love Rick and Morty. It's honestly hilarious.
They did an episode where one of them built a time machine in order to go back to the year 1998 and bring back to whatever year the show was set in as many packets of Szechuan sauce as possible. Well, again, enough adults saw that got a whole new cult thing about this condiment. And there was rumors of it coming back once, and I remember seeing stories of people lined up at McDonald's all over town and all over the country demanding this stuff, and the people going like, it's only in like Ohio or something. But tomorrow would be on March 31st, they are going to make this stuff available again on a limited for a limited time, and only available if you order through the McDonald's app.
Oh.
However, the things we do for the Tulsa World. A publicist, Elizabeth Del Santo, who I believe is in California, offered to send me a sample of this stuff and have it delivered to my door. And about an hour ago, I got a knock on the door, and this guy was there with 2 bags. One contained, I kid you not, 7 of these. The other contained a bottle of water, an order of fries, and 10 of these.
Heck yeah.
So, I have never tried this before. I have never heard of this really before. I heard about the hoo-ha over it. So it's kind of dark and red.
Okay. I'm excited.
That makes one of us.
Okay, what do we think?
I wish I had something better in which to dunk this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But actually, it's not bad.
Okay.
It's well, I don't know if it's the chicken or if it's the sauce. Let me see.
I haven't had a chicken nugget in so long, at least from McDonald's. But
You've not missed. You're not missing anything. There's definitely a kind of a ginger soy thing going on. There's kind of if you know Vietnamese food, there's a condiment they use called hoisin sauce. That's kind of a spicy barbecue type of sauce. And that's kind of what this reminds me of. Okay, we've tried it.
If you went to McDonald's again, would you pick up a Szechuan sauce in addition to your regular maybe ketchup or barbecue that you're getting? Would you try this sauce again?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know about this. It's different, that's for sure. Wow. But I don't know that it's a good different. But that's just my personal take on it. Your culinary mileage may vary, but we have enough of them. And they kind of are hoping that people will buy a lot of it because they have printed out some of the foil covers have the word Szechuan on them, but some just have 2 letters from the word. And so they're hoping that people will want to be able to collect enough that they can actually spell out with their tubs the word Szechuan. I was quite aware of the fact that the ones they gave me did not spell out the word. So look for let's see. Look for the EC apparently in Szechuan is hard to find. So anywho.
Wow.
If this is the sort of thing you'll like, then you'll like this sort of thing. Oh dear, pardon me just
I
a minute.
that. I think we should make this a regular segment.
Oh, that's that again. That makes one of us. Okay. Well, after that, I might need some therapy. And you probably know of somebody that I could maybe have talked to about that.
I do. I have a pretty cool story for this Saturday's World of Homes. I talked to a Tulsa interior designer named Jill Kropa, and her design work is like already super well respected in the Tulsa community and even like across the country. But now she's getting a lot more international recognition as well, because one of her home designs was featured in Homes and Gardens magazine, which is a really big deal. They even called it one of the world's best homes in the article, which is pretty incredible. So very cool. And something I learned about.
I'm sorry. Is that home in Tulsa?
It is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So even cooler, honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah, something when I was talking to Jill, I learned about her. She has a very unique background for someone who's an interior designer, actually. She worked as a psychotherapist for a number of years before kind of making a complete 180 and pursuing interior design in her 30s. And when she was working in mental health, she said that she focused a lot on the relationship that our built environment and our surroundings have on like our mental and physical health. And that's something that she really tries to bring to her design process, she said. So she's kind of all about helping people make homes and spaces that are really like serene and calming to the senses and really feel like almost like a sanctuary in a way. And we've got some really cool photos for that as well. So that article will come out on Saturday in the Tulsa World. So definitely check that out.
Okay. And so it just curious, did she, there was a big thing, oh, probably again before your time, for feng shui.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a concept that she uses?
She didn't mention that by name, but I would imagine it definitely plays a part. Yeah, like just looking at photos of her home, they are very, there's a lot of kind of earthy tones. It's very like neutral. It's very like soothing to the eye to look at. It definitely looks like a place where it looks like a home where you would want to spend a lot of time, just a peaceful place to kind of gather yourself and spend quality time with family and stuff. So I don't know if she uses feng shui specifically, but I definitely think that some of those elements do come into play in her homes. So.
Okay. Okay. Just as long as she doesn't use the color of the sauce over here. Anyway, yeah. So, well, while Mr. Trammell is not with us, he did let us know that one of the stories that he's been working on that we'll have coming out, I believe, in Friday's Tulsa World, which is available at fine retailers everywhere as well as online at tulsaworld.com, is an interview with the comedian John Lovitz, who was in the 1980s a member of Saturday Night Live, and was known for his characters such as Tommy Flanagan, who always told lies and claimed that he was married to Morgan Fairchild and everything, and whose catchphrase was, "Yeah, that's the ticket." So he's going to do a couple of shows at the Canes coming up soon. I believe this Saturday, and Jimmy's got an interview with him. And you've had a close encounter with a funny man yourself, I believe.
I sure did. Yesterday, I had the opportunity to speak to Bill Maher, which was very interesting. I've never really interviewed a celebrity or even a public figure really before. So that was a cool opportunity. But he is coming to Tulsa for his stand-up comedy tour. He'll be at the Tulsa Theater on April 10th. So we just kind of had a Q&A to talk about like what his writing process was like for the material for this tour, how he thinks it's going to be perceived here, why he chose to come to Tulsa on his tour. And he said that he's like a huge Tulsa fan. He really, really enjoys coming here, and he always has a great experience while he's here. And he actually filmed his 2018 comedy special on HBO in the Tulsa Theater as well. And it's called Live from Oklahoma is the special's name. So yeah, he is super excited to come. And he honestly, I was very intimidated to talk to him because he has an intense public persona.
Has a reputation, that's for sure.
He couldn't have been nicer. I was super pleasantly surprised. He was a super likable guy. We were laughing and joking, and yeah, I had a really great time talking to Bill Maher. So that was a cool thing. And my interview with him, I think, will come out early next week, but I'm not totally sure. So just be on the lookout for that.
We will keep an eye peeled. Well, I believe you're familiar with the song by the Rolling Stones, Brown Sugar?
Yes, I am.
Okay. The person who inspired that will be coming to Tulsa. Her name is Claudia Lanier. She was a a member of the backing vocal group for Ike and Tina Turner, the Ikeettes, and was also was a member of what were called the Shelter People, which was a collective of performers that worked with Leon Russell at Shelter Records, which was based here in Tulsa. Well, she's coming back for this Sunday, which is a big concert in celebration of what would have been Leon Russell's birthday. And it was a tradition of his when he was living to always do a concert in Tulsa on or very near his birthday. That was the way he celebrated. And so I believe last week Jimmy had a big story about with an interview with Leon's son Teddy Jack, and so this is another one of the people that will be performing. Claudia was also one of the people featured in a really great documentary. I don't know if it's still on Netflix, but it should be available elsewhere, called 20 Feet from Stardom, which is about the backings, many of the backing singers of artists in the 60s who really helped define the sound of Motown, of Stax Records, of Muscle Shoals. I mean, all these, and then also the groups like Delaney and Bonnie, which Claudia was a part of. She was part of the Mad Dogs and Englishmen tour. I mean, she's recorded on her own stuff. So she's got an incredible career, and I'm sure that Jimmy got all kinds of good stuff out of her for that. So
that's so cool. I can't wait to read that.
Yeah, we've got, and if you're into foods that don't come in odd little cardboard and plastic boxes, we're going to be talking about a place here in town called the Eiffel Tower Grilled Cheese Company. We'll be talking about them in the coming weeks. They just recently opened their brick and mortar restaurant. They've been operating out of a food cart for a good 6 months as they wound their way through the legal obstacle course to get a business open these days. So let's look for that. So, well, I believe that's about what we've got for this week. Again, if you want to listen to this without looking at us, this is available on podcast sites such as Apple and Spotify. Check it out there, or it'll be attached to most of the stories you'll see this weekend on TulsaWorld.com. So on behalf of Grace and myself and the elusive Mr. Jimmy Trammell, thank you for watching, and we'll gladly see you later.
Bye, y'all.